Well, good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you for joining me on this side of the net. Yay! Come on in. Come on in to this side. Come on this side of the net. I just shared this out, so I'll give it a little bit of time to come on in. Oh, in this house with you. Oh, in this house. In the kitchen and make you breakfast. Into some babies. I'm past the baby making time, y'all. All right. I'll wait for y'all to get on in and let me see if I can toggle with these um messages. Brand new. I wanna go in this house with you. All right, so I was reading the message. All right. All right, I'll wait for y'all to come on in. I'm gonna get my little stuff together. I got to talk about my plans and what I did. Um, all right, come on in. Hey, Miss Addie, how art thou? Thank you so much for coming in. I am just getting in. Oh, you know what? Let me get my earbud together. Y'all might be able to hear me a little bit better. And then I've got my unsweetened dried chili spice mango. Let me see. Do I have my earbuds? Oh, wait. Oh, they're in here. They might not be on. Miss Pre 412, how art thou? Thank you so much for coming in. And if you're new to the channel, let me know. In this house with you. Feel something. All right. You say that sounds good. All right. What are you hearing? Is that, can you hear that music? Is it too loud? It's me. Who is me? Who is me? It's me. Because y'all know y'all got handles that I don't even know. Who is me? Miss Pre 412. Okay, so while I'm while I'm waiting on folks to come in, if you're new to if you're new to this channel, thank you so much for joining in. My name is Alethea, and I'm the founder creator of So Much Talent. We've been around for a minute, but I'm just kind of getting my feel back into back onto the YouTube side. Uh, the Spice Mango prayer partner. Oh, see, you're gonna make me guess. Shar, um, Monique, can you say happy birthday to me January 1st? Is that you? No, that is me and somebody else. Well, come back in January 1st and I'll say happy birthday. How about that? You're a whole week early. I don't mind saying happy birthday now. All right, so you're gonna make me guess. All right, so my prayer partners, D, Tina, Shar, we see what does pre Oh my God. Cree. Okay, listen. Cr- You know what? I'm getting ready to call you Creisha, not Creisha. Capricia. I'm talking about Cree. Capricia. Oh, Pre. Okay. How are you? Okay, so 3D print pair. I can't answer that. I can't answer that. Don't even know what that is. I probably don't even want to know. You been out for a while? Oh, oh, yeah. It's been a while, but are you getting back into things? I hope everything's been okay. We all have to catch up. All right, so I had about 13 folks popping in, so they're coming in and going out. But I do want to say thank y'all for joining in. And while you're here, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave a comment. Share this out. Even if you can't stay, share this out with somebody else who might want to join in and hang out with me while I sew for a little bit. All right. So I am here. You read the caption. This is a celebratory sewing for me. Celebratory because y'all, I reached 1,000 followers. Yay! Whoop, 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 whoop. There's my little yay. Y'all, I've been hung up at 9:39 something for a minute. And I know that's not 1,000 might be just a teensy tiny little water in the drop, a little drop in a bucket of water, but hey, we got to all start somewhere, right? And so I'm just thankful to reach that milestone. You know, where you're always looking at something. Um, I don't know where the saying comes from. I don't know. I know it's not biblical, but a watch pot never boils. So, you know, every now and then I'll come back in and watch. Am I 1,000 yet? Am I 1,000 yet? And so I want to shout out Rochelle at Rochelle Handmade by Designs because she did one post. And in her post, thank you so much, Preacher. In her one post, and I think it was last night, I was at 9:48 or 9:45, something like that. And I think she thought I had like 20 something followers to go, but it was more like 50 something followers to go. But last night she shouted me out along with some other folks. Hey, Curry. She shouted me out along with some other folks who were still under, I think, like 3,000 followers, under 5,000, something like that. And she just encouraged everybody to go and follow. Like she has over 7,000 followers, and so yeah. So when she did that, I woke up this morning. I was at like 990 something or 980 something. And I just went in before I came live and 1,000 subscribers. Now I'm not out of the water yet. What that means, I think, now I'm just thinking, I believe once you are at 1,000, you're able to monetize. You can monetize, except for there is a caveat. I have to have so many watch hours too. So y'all, please make sure y'all watching these videos. I got tons of them on here. Y'all know I be on here like coming in late at night or just periodically jumping on whenever I can. So I don't have a designated date yet. I do know on my cover, I have it where I'm supposed to be coming in on Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays is supposed to be Make It Work Monday, and Tuesdays is no. Let me see. Monday is Make It Work Monday, and I can't even remember my own cover. But anyway, one is basically about managing techniques and stuff like that, and then the other one is, you know, we're gonna work on something. We're gonna sew something. All right. So, but here lately, because of my time and my schedule, it's just been kind of random. All right. So thank you so much, Curry. I appreciate it. I'm excited. Just alone for reaching the milestone. All right. So I'm excited for that. So again, shout out to Rochelle at Rochelle Handmade by Designs. If you missed it, it's not on my channel, but we just did a live together called Beat the Clock. And in that beat the clock, we decided what we were going to sew before we got on the live. It was her YouTube live. It was supposed to be 2 hours, and somehow we ended up on there 4 hours. I did beat the clock. I made some cute little pajamas, which I did not share them yet. Um, so I'll make sure I share those. If you're on my YouTube, Instagram, you probably see them on Instagram. The pajamas I made, so I have to share those, share the final result. But yeah, so you can go on her channel and see that. But tonight, I just want to catch you up to speed on what happened with my pajamas. I don't know if it was on here or Instagram the last time I talked about. I had some Christmas. We're doing a Christmas game night tomorrow night with some family, with family members, and it's a pajama theme party. And so each family, they'll do their own set of pajamas. So, I had to like reel my husband in because he's not like the game type. And now, the catch to that is, though, he did mention earlier, maybe a couple of months ago, that it would be nice that we all had matching pajamas. So I thought, "Ooh, okay, well, that's different because he ain't about all of that. he, he ain't about all of that." So I said, hmm. So I took a mental note, right? So I went to our favorite store, Janky Joe's, and I went and found something that I thought that he might like. Now we almost canceled this whole thing because I got the material for the pajama bottoms. That's all I was doing, pajama bottoms, and I was just gonna buy some shirts, some long sleeve t-shirts or sweatshirts, and I was going to either put our names on it with the using the fabric, which I'm still thinking about doing that, depending on what I feel like later tonight, or do cut a piece out or cut out from the pajama from the fabric to create something on the shirt somewhere. All right, so we were out and we were shopping and I saw the cutest little shirts and I wouldn't have had to have done nothing. But my husband like, I ain't wearing that. I'm like, but it's just having fun. I'm not wearing that. Y'all, so answer me this question. Tell me how y'all feel about this. So he got the pajama. It was a sweatshirt, even though it was in the ladies section. Now it was up front. Might not have necessarily been in the ladies section, but it was up front in Walmart. I guess I have to say that because you need to know where stuff is. So it was up front, and it happened to go by it, and it had a nice little print work on it that was perfect for what I'm doing. Sweatshirts to me are unisex. They're not like lady, female. They're sweatshirts. They're basically cut the same, right? Am I right about that or am I wrong? So, but because they were in the ladies section, it had nothing female on it, had nothing male on it. It was just Christmas themed, right? And he's like, I'm not wearing that. I'm not wearing that because that's not the ladies' department. I tried to explain to him, no, this is not just a ladies' shirt. It's a generic sweatshirt. I could not convince him. So by this time, I'm walking around and I'm pouting. I got that look on my face. Like I ain't literally pouting, but I got that look on my face, right? So now he's trying to find something. I'm like, bro, you messing up my whole plans. This is not what I planned. You weren't even in this process. Like this is gonna be a surprise, right? For me to get us all together. And I was just gonna hand it to him and this is what we're gonna wear. Bro wasn't playing along. He wasn't playing along. So he ended up, I said, okay, you know what? I give. Uncle, I give. So I let him pick out the shirts. I let him pick out what we were gonna wear. So I'll show you the material, and it goes. So it was a nice compromise. It was a compromise. So I felt like okay, well I picked out the pants, so I'll bend a little, and that's what I did. So And everybody, let me just say this, it's 3 of us. It was me, my husband, and my youngest son. Well, when I say youngest, 25. But we were all gonna do this together. My oldest son, he got his own family, so so the other shirts that I picked out the first time, they were all one color. They're all exactly the same. We would have been matching to the T. But nah, somebody didn't want to play along. Hey Rochelle, how art thou? Girl, thank you so much. Listen, Rochelle speaks and everybody listen. Listen. Now, I have it on where people can come in, but I don't know how to do that. Oh, oh Lord. Now how I get this off? Okay. You good? Okay. So I'm in here telling my story about my plans for Christmas, how my husband interrupted my plans. Like I had these plans, right? Now he could be watching me from where he is. So if you are hubby, good. Much love to you. He's supposed to be partying somewhere. But you've been buried in presents. I don't even want to look at presents. Like my living room is buried in presents, but not me, not yet. I'm gonna do all that tomorrow. So where has time gone? Baby boy man is 25. Yeah, he 25. Yeah, he 20. Soon to be 26. He is soon to be 26. And my oldest, because they're 7 years apart. Let me see. If he's 26, 32. Yeah, my oldest soon to be 30, 33. Yeah, my oldest soon to be 33. Yeah, time has flown. Listen, you still have so many to wrap. Listen, I ain't gonna talk about the gifts folks get because they might be on here, but we kept it a little light because if we got a lot of folks in our family, a lot of folks. So yeah. Okay, I was reading a message coming through. But anyway, listen. So again, y'all, this is Rochelle, Handmade by Design. So y'all, if y'all had not followed her, I'm pretty sure you are. But if by chance you're not, go on over there, hop on over there and follow her. So, but thank you so much. Listen, I opened up and yeah, you spoke and everybody hopped on real fast. When you put that call out, it was last night, right? And I think I was at like 945, 948, something like that. And I woke up this morning, I was like, ooh, I think it was like at 980. I was like, ooh. Then I looked back again a little bit later today, it was at 992. I was like, oh my God. Okay. And then when I got back in, when I finally got home, my analytics said 1,000 subscribers. I was like, what? Yeah, I thought it was last night. Yeah, my times be blending in, so I don't even know if it was like a week ago. Everything just seemed like it's just doing its own thing. It's your hub fault talking about we done. Listen, that's what we were out the other night doing some stuff. I hope we got everybody, because if not, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. We'll start going through the closet and start pulling out like stuff. Y'all know how we do. Listen, I said we're going to do it by New Year's Eve when we were online. Listen, you did say that. You said you want to get me to 1,000 by New Year's Eve. They weren't playing. Like I said, Rochelle speaking, everybody listen. So boop, boop. So shout out to all the newbies that's subscribed. Thank you all. If you are new, just say, hey, I'm new. And I appreciate y'all for following. Um, Yeah. So I already told him sometime I come in late at night. I come in all times of hours and never know when it's gonna be. I'll do better. Maybe at the new year. I'm planning to do a little bit better than that and have a designated time. My cover does say that. So we're gonna try to make the cover work for a little bit. Make that work. But anyway, going back to Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. Um, so getting back to the story about my plans for our attire for Christmas, for the Christmas game night, Christmas Eve game night. We were supposed to have all the shirts matching, the pajama bottoms matching, and because my husband didn't want to wear the sweatshirts that looked like they came from the latest department, we not having matching shirts now. Okay. So I took my hands off. I said, okay, I did the bottoms. I'm gonna give you the shirts. So now the two men folks, they're wearing these black sweatshirts, and I'm gonna do my little thing to them. And I have red. All right. Just say between 9 and 11. Yeah. Right. That's usually it, between 9 and 11. That's usually when I'm coming in. Usually between 9 and 11. Most of the time it's on like a Tuesday night. Um, but if I'm feeling it, it could be any night during the week. But usually it's either on Tuesday night. Sometimes it might be Friday night. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, let me show y'all what happened because I had a little fiasco with this, and I posted this on TikTok for people to tell me what they think happened. And I didn't get a real response to it, but I think some people kind of knew, but nobody really said. But I posted a picture, and all I'm gonna say is Serger and fabric fiasco. All right, so I had a nice little V cut in my pants. So y'all figure that out. All right. Hey, Carlos Lefty. Okay, you're gonna be honest with what? Keep it clean. Keep it clean. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all what I did. Can y'all guess what if I say Serger fiasco and a V cut in my pants? What happened? What had happened? What had happened, y'all? You know what? Uh you saying the couch scene now, Rochelle, I'm gonna be honest, when I first read that, I didn't read my pronunciation wasn't right when I read that. My pronunciation wasn't right when I read that, but you said in the crotch. Yeah, no. Oh my goodness. Carlos Lefty, you can just hop your way right on off of this broadcast because this ain't for children. I thought I put that up there because only children talk like that. All right, so let's see. So she has a slit in the. Wait, Rochelle, you're not making it easier. Okay, so I didn't say where it was, but it wasn't in the crotch seam. No, it wasn't in the crotch seam. It actually was on the buttocks. It was on the hip. As I was sewing the serging the seams up, I got a nice little slit, V slit. I guess that didn't sound right, did it? So it had nothing to do with the crotch area. It had nothing to do. Y'all, how can we block this person? Uh, well, I just removed that, but I need to block. Uh, okay. All right. So I put him in timeout, but I don't know how to block him. So go to the name in the chat, and hit block. Okay. Somehow removed all his stuff, but I'll do that. I could probably go in later and do it. You did on your end? Okay. I know it. They sound crazy. Probably somebody child playing. Uh, but it's all good. But I ain't got time to sit there and just try to filter through his comments and all that other stuff. Might even be a woman. I don't even know. But I could do report also. Okay, so I did. I saw that on there. So I hit the mute him or timeout or whatever. But anyway, forget him. So what had happened was, y'all, because y'all, I know this don't happen to y'all. I'm sitting there surging, and y'all know how I'm always constantly harping on make sure your fabric is not under the in the way when you're surging or sewing. Make sure your fabric is out of the way. Well, however, I did not make sure my fabric was out of the way. And before I knew it, I sliced a nice little, I had done surged up part of the hip in my seam, like the surgeon seam over here. Some kind of way it got caught up in there, and I surged it. Hey, wonderful makes by Danielle. You said I did too. Oh, you did too. Hey, wonderful makes by Danielle. How art thou? Thank you so much. Are you new to the channel, Danielle? Now, if you've been here before, please forgive me because I see people come in and out, and I just have to get used to you. The more you hear, the more I'll remember you. But thank you for coming in tonight. All right, y'all don't forget to hit the likes and share this out for me. And thank you for commenting. All right, so this is my fabric. I thought this would be a fabric that would work for all of us. Like it's a flannel. I got it out of Janky Joe's, and I was trying to find the pattern because y'all, this pattern is humongous. You hit the like button. Thank you. Yeah, I love this print, and it's polar bears. Well, not is it polar bears or is that grizzly bear? What kind of bear? It ain't polar bears. Whatever kind of bear it is, it's a it's a bear, Christmas bear. I don't know. But anyway, I thought it was cute. I thought it was something my husband could get into. I mean, he gonna wear it anyway. Yep, Janky Joe's. You know what I'm talking about. But I will say they came through tonight because the night that I bought this, I don't know why I thought it was just gonna take 2.5 or 2 yards, 2 yards for each of us. I thought 2 yards would be plenty. I was thinking maybe a yard and a half. I must have been thinking back in my teenage days when I could sew a pair of pants for like a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards. I ain't that girl no more. I ain't that girl no more. So, and this was 45-inch wide fabric, Polar versus Grizzly. You not new? Just never comment. Oh, well, thank you so much for commenting. I appreciate you. And thank you for hanging out tonight. So, yeah, so I did both the pair a little bit different, but what I did was I was not planning on adding anything else. I was just gonna make the pants and that's it. And I did everything on my serger to make it fast. So I did a 4 lock. I don't know if you can see it. 4 thread. So I got all 4 threads on, so that way I can have that safety stitch on while I'm serging. So they'll go fast. So because basically the pattern. Let me see if I can find the pattern. The pants pattern itself is just one piece. Let me see. And I had to hunt for this pattern, y'all. I had to go find it. I went through all kind of boxes and stuff just to find this one pattern. Oh, I don't know where the envelope is, but I will tell you what the pattern itself is because I had the head. Yeah, I don't know what I did with it because the pattern went flying. When I get to sewing, stuff go everywhere. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not a neat sewist. I am not neat at all. Like when I cut, stuff just hit the floor. When I'm sewing, just stuff just everywhere. And I'll figure it out later. So this pattern, this is one piece, one pattern piece. This is front and back. And you cut two of these. So that's the front side and that's the back side. And you cut two pieces. This pattern was huge. Like my son, he's tall and lanky, but he's like, I mean, he's very long leg. He's like 162. My husband's 5'9", and they're not big people. And I mean, we all probably can do about the same size. You know, men are built different, so they can almost wear like, I don't know, it's weird. Like I can wear my husband's pajama bottom. Let me cut this down so. But but I'm sorry, that's what I was supposed to be telling you, wasn't I, Rochelle? I'm trying to figure out what I did with the pattern. But the pattern number is Simplicity 9391. I'll find it and I'll show the pattern number. But it's Simplicity 9391. And I've had this pattern for a minute, and it's a unisex pattern. I think it's a pattern that has like the this is it. No. All right. I don't know what I did with it. But anyway, it has the man and the lady on this particular pattern. And but when I sewed it up, I did the extra large because I wanted to make sure that it was plenty, like because you don't want your pajama pants, the bottoms to be fitting your hips and tight up on you and stuff like that. So my youngest son my son usually wears um like he does 2X like in his tops because he's very broad, but he's thin and he has long arms, long legs. But when I stitched him up, I had to take about 8 inches out. I had to sew a 2 inch seam out of the sides. Well, actually, it don't have sides. I'm telling you, a vintage pattern. Oh Lord, I told you I had it for a while. It's been in my stash. I wish I could find it and show you the picture of it. But but there are other patterns that's like it. But what I did was because the pattern all it has is is in the inseams and the crotch seam. That's all this pattern is. Because there's no side seams to it. But I end up making it side seams to it because it was so big. I took out a 2 inch seam allowance on each side. So in essence, that was what, 8 inches that I took out of the pants. On one pair, I took out 8 inches. On the other pair, I took out 6 inches because I took an inch and a half out on one pair. And then the 6.5. I'm sorry, 6 inches on one pair and 8 inches on the other. So anyway, I've made it have seam allowances. And then they were very long. Like I told you, my son has long legs, and so when he tried it on, I had to take probably that much, about 3, maybe 4 inches off the hem. I added 2 inches, and I had to take about 3 inches off, and then hem it. So yeah, they were pretty long. So I'm not sure why that pattern was like that. Um, So anyway, I did that. And so to fix my dilemma, to fix the little hole, I was like, okay, what should I do? What should I do? So the thought came to me uh, to add a pocket. And this pair, I made it for my husband. So that's exactly what I did. I decided to make a pocket. So can you all find the pocket on here? Can you all? I mean, I know it's not like you can point to it on the screen and show it to me, but I did add a pocket to the back so that it would be fine. It would cover the spot. Right. And see, I didn't even read the ease on it, Rochelle. And something I started to slice it down the middle and bring it in a little bit. But I thought, you know what? I don't know. I better because I didn't take their measurements. I didn't want them to know I was making it. I went to go get a pair of their pajama pants, pajama bottoms, and try to go by that. And I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and make this by the pattern. It should be fine. Because I looked at the sizes on theirs. This thing was big. I mean, so if you do make it, or if you make a pair that's similar to it, make sure you check the ease allowance because the pajama bottoms that they're making now, they're not real full pants. I mean, they're just enough to relax in and be comfortable in. So But right here is where the pocket is. Y'all, I had to pat myself on the back. I made that work. So I was sitting here thinking, okay, I can add the pocket on there so it won't look like a pocket's on here, but yet it will cover that spot up. So I added, what I did was just matched, pattern matched, and pieced that pocket on there. So you can kind of see it where the bear is. You can see it now where your eye is there. So I was pretty proud of myself. So I only did this one pair with the pocket. I don't know that I'll do the other pair, my son's pair. And but this is what I did. I fused the back. I laid the piece so that that cut area can match, fall back in place like it should. And then I put a piece of fusible pro fuse on the back of it to hold it together. I was gonna just stitch over, just do a what do you call, a satin stitch, or not a satin stitch, but the embroidery type stitching over it. But I decided not to do that because I didn't want it to look like, I didn't want somebody to go, oh my goodness, she stitched that together. I may, since I put the pocket on there, I might go back and do it, because here you can see where it's, let's see, can you see where it's cut? You can see right here where it's just barely kind of blended together, but right in there you can see where it's cut. So, but that pocket took care of it, and I felt much better. So, as far as the waistband, what I did was put two separate channels for the elastic. Now, the elastic, I thought, I don't like this elastic because eventually it wears out, it stretches out of shape, and I don't like it. So somehow I picked that up, and I also had two of this one. This one's a little bit better. It's a little bit softer, and it lasts a little bit longer. It'll eventually stretch out of shape too, but I like this one a little bit better. So I ended up using the other one, this one, on the first pair, which was my son's pair. And my intention was my intentions were to add a drawstring in it like the pants normally are, and I didn't. I didn't do the opening in the front. I didn't do any of that. They just slip on and that's it. Real simple pants. And so I did the two channels for the elastic on his, and called it a day. So those are done. And so I told you I bought 6 yards. So I bought 2 yards for each one of us, and I thought that was going to suffice. Well, no. According to the pattern, it took about 2 3/4 yards for one pair. Now, the other thing to this is a one-way design. So there was no way, even if I was able to use um, this fabric and able to cut, take some of that ease out, be- because the pattern is cut into one piece, I still had to cut the fabric the length of the pattern piece twice. And then I had, because it's a one-way design, I could not lay one piece up and one piece down. Even if it was the two separate, even if it was a front piece and a back piece, I couldn't lay one piece up and one piece down to try to get the most of the fabric, because it is a one-way design. So I literally had to cut the length that I needed and then turn one piece right upside down or right side up, and then cut it out so the print could be in the same direction. That's what's called a nap. A nap, a fabric with a nap is a fabric that has a one-way design or is moving in one direction, like velvet. Velvet has a nap because when you brush velvet down one way, it's smooth, but if you brush it up, it looks different, right? So it has to be cut the same. So any fabric that has to be cut in the same direction is a fabric that has a nap, and that's what this is. So So yeah, but anyway, with that being said, I thought I had bought all the fabric. I don't know if your comments stopped, and if you're talking, I'm not commenting. That's because I don't see any more comments. All right, so I hope I didn't miss anything. Sometimes, for whatever reason, the comments will stop rolling on here. But when I bought this fabric the first time, when I bought the 6 yards, I bought everything that was on the bolt, and I thought that was it. And so I was like, "Oh, goodness, so what am I do now? Now I don't have matching sweatshirts, now I'm not gonna have matching pants. So what am I gonna do?" So I'm running around trying going from store to store. I went to Hobby Lobby, I went to Michael's to see if they had some fabric. They have nothing. I mean, when I tell you, now I'm gonna call them by their right name now, Joann's. They had a lot of Christmas fabric. And so I looked online last night to see if I could find this. Like I did a screenshot of this and I Googled it and searched it. It said that Joann's had some, but I was doubting it because I thought I bought the last boat. Well, before I went into work today, I went to Hobby Lobby. On my break, I went to Michael's. But on my way home, I stopped back by Joann's because I needed something. I was just going to find something to match. But lo and behold, lo and behold, I found more of the fabric. There was more of it. So your girl was thankful. I was able to get more of it. And so now I'm going in tonight and I'm going to make my own pair. So I'm going to make me a pair and I'm going to use that same pattern, but I'm going to take some of that ease out of it before I cut into it. As a matter of fact, I might even use a different pattern. I don't know. As long as they pajama bottoms, they going to work, right? So, and I also got because my intentions are to either do letters with our last names across the back, or if I don't get that far, I'm going to take one of the little bears. Um, I'm going to use one of the bears and cut it out and press it on and iron it on to the shirt itself in like the corner. I think it's either the left corner or the right corner. I can't remember which side. But anyway, I'm going to take one of the little bears and put him on the shirt. Then while I was in there, I found the cutest little socks, y'all. Now I ain't even try to buy my family no socks, because they got big feet. So I don't even know. They'll just wear some regular black socks. But I did find me some. Plus they can't wear tight socks on their legs. So I bought these socks right here to match. These all came from Joann's too. All of their socks and stuff was like 60% off. So isn't that cute? It says gouching, guacking around the Christmas tree. You know what? I'm so silly. I thought this read grouching around the Christmas tree. Y'all crazy. I thought this was saying grouching around. Yeah, I can't. Um, okay. If y'all still there and y'all can see me, I mean, you hear me. If you're commenting, type something in there so I can know that you is not just this thing. Um, y'all might just be sitting back listening, but let me know if you try to type something in so I can see if you're still there, because I don't want y'all to think I'm ignoring y'all. But anyway, I saw these socks and y'all, I thought when I first looked at it, it looked like. Now I think about this, I'm so crazy. I thought this was the Grinch. And I don't know why I thought it was saying Grinching around the Christmas tree. I can't read. I was All right, thank you. Thank you, Danielle. Listen, I thought it was like to me when you first look at it, I guess because green is synonymous with the Grinch, right? Especially around Christmas time. I thought it was Grinching around the Christmas tree. No, grouching. I thought it was grouching around the Christmas tree. That's what I thought. And now that I look at it, it's guacking. Man, and these are avocados with the Christmas hat on. Man, that's guacking. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. That's funny to me. Okay. Anyway, that is funny. All right, so y'all, I got that. And while I was out, I also had to hey Miss Addie. All right, thank you so much. So while I was out, one of the games that we have is called a saran wrap. Saran wrap ball game. Have y'all heard of that game? And have y'all ever played it? And I was introduced to this game on my job. Excuse me. And you wrap gifts up in this ball. Just keep wrapping, keep as many gifts and items as you have. And so in this game, you take turns, you roll this dice, and the person has to keep unwrapping until you roll doubles. When you roll doubles, then you have to pass it on to the next person. Then that person um rolls the dice and pass it over for somebody else to unwrap it. It just keeps going on like that until the whole thing is unwrapped. They do look like the Grinch, but everything is avocado now. I know. It's either Hello Kitty or avocado. But I was in Hobby Lobby. Everything in there is Hello Kitty. I'm like, well, when did Hello Kitty become a big thing again? I mean, that Hello Kitty been around for forever. But yeah, so I'm not crazy. It looked like the Grinch at a glance, right? But either way, they're gonna go really cute with these right here. And I'm gonna have the red. Let me see. See, I got the red sweatshirt. I hope we don't be hot up in there because we got sweatshirts. But this was my husband's big idea. If he get hot, then he deserved to be hot because he should listen to me. But if he had to listen to me, we would have had long sleeve t-shirts with some cute stuff on it. But no. Mm-mm. All right, so but that's gonna be my fit. All right. And he wanted to just go buy some pajama pants. I'm like, no, where's the fun in that? What's the fun in just buying the pajama pants? That ain't fun. So anyway, I'm gonna get my pajama pants done. I am gonna get them done. As a matter of fact, let me just stop talking now. And I don't think I'm gonna use these for mine. Because they're just too darn big. Like there's 56 inches. Now I can see that a little bit. I will tell you why, because let me see. Wait. Yeah, that's about 8 inches of ease. Because I'm probably about 48 inches in the hip. So that's 8 inches ease. That doesn't seem outrageous to me for a pair of pajama pants. That's a lot of ease. So I guess maybe 4 inches. I guess that's about right. So now I'm scared to. Maybe I should just take the ease out of these. What y'all think? And just leave well enough alone. Here, let me put this aside right here. And I'm gonna put this here. And I got my Wonder Under or whatever you call this stuff. Yeah, Wonder Under. And they have it for stretch fabric. I didn't realize they did. So this is to allow my lettering or the fabric to be double fused. Like I can fuse this on the back of the fabric, peel it off and then add fabric to the sweatshirt. So I'm thinking of creating letters with the fabric. Put our names, just our last name on the back of it. I ain't trying to put everybody's individual name, but our last names. Hey, Miss Brenda, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are you new to this channel? To my channel, Miss Brenda? If so, thank you so much for joining and being a part and help making me reach my 1,000 goal. If you've been here before, my apologies for not remembering, and I hope you continue to be a part. All right, so I'm gonna move this around so I can cut out my pants. Okay, y'all don't go nowhere. I told y'all I'm a messy sewer, so I gotta get all this stuff off my table. I got bears on here. I still got a couple of bears that I want to make. So everything right now, oh, that's what I meant to do. I meant to there was one more berry fabric that I needed to get, but I didn't. All right, y'all. Hang on. All right, y'all. Sorry I got to move y'all around like this. Okay, this is where I'm gonna be. All right, so that's my cute little bear. So that was one. And this one I made for a long time. Now Tracy Leno is usually on here. Uh all right, Rochelle, thank you for coming in. You about to hit the bed? Yeah, I know it's about your bedtime. Thank you for popping in again. Thank you so much for helping me reach the 1,000 goal. I appreciate you. I might as well sell them. Look, that's what my husband said. Yeah, Tracy Leno sent this to me in the uh where is it? The little we did our Christmas party online, and let me see if I can get this off. Let's see if I can get this off real quick. But Tracy Leno sent this to me as my gift. We did our secret elf where on our Christmas party we did ornaments, styrofoam ball ornaments. Hers was like the little plastic one, but that was her gift she sent to me. She had my name. But it came like this, y'all. This is no lie. And y'all saw me. I did a shout out to her on Instagram. I had to do 3 takes because when it came, it was like this, and it was wrapped in paper, white paper inside of this. I didn't see it. I thought this was it. I was like, "Oh, that's so cute! Oh my goodness, look at all the detail and everything. That was so cute." Which this is, if this was it, this would have been neat. I wouldn't have thought to do something like this, right? So why when I was off, I went I went to open this up and the white paper was in there. It was wrapped up in white paper and I saw it unfold. I was like, oh my God, I'm so silly. Like, I think I'm gonna have to change my hair color. I think I'm gonna have to change my color back. I'm sorry, y'all. I hope ain't nobody on here with this color hair, but anywho, let me moving on. So I realized that I messed up. I saw her make this because the whole rule was listen, I'm blaming the hair. I'm just blaming the hair. When we did the party, I said everybody had to make an ornament and they had to make an extra one so they could send to their secret elf. So I did, everybody did. Why didn't I remember she did this? And it was so pretty. So when she sent this, I mean, I was happy. I was excited for this because I'd never seen anything done like that, right? That's what it was gonna be. I was very thankful. Well, I had to open it up and this is what it was. I was like, Lord have mercy. I gotta go back on there now and say I done messed up. But with that being said, it looked like a little cozy, right? So it's like two gifts in one. But when I put it on here, it looked like my bear has a bonnet on. Like my bear has a bonnet, or either one of them 60s hats, 70s, them floppy hats. Anyway, that's what I did with it, y'all. I guess I need to slow it down. I need to slow it down. And then she gave me this cute little this is a handmade card that Tracy Leno did. Isn't that cute? She's into handmade cards like this. And it just says wishing you a festive Christmas. Much love, Tracy. And on the back she has her stamped signature. I thought that was so neat. So yeah. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better, I promise. I've got to do better. I went looking for everything and I found my slipper pattern. So I was like, Lord, I hope that ain't no hint that I need to make somebody slippers for Christmas because I wasn't feeling the slippers. But if I need to, I can. All right, so I found the pattern. This is the pants pattern, the pajama bottom. Like, see, that don't look like they super big on him, do they? So I don't know where that came from. Let me see. I didn't look at the measurements. Okay, so see here, like I told you, my hips. Well, I don't know. My husband ain't got no butt, so maybe that's why they were so big. So I don't know. But I see. I probably be the one that need the right size. Watch, if I take out 8 inches, I probably won't be able to get in them. I think I better cut this out the size it's supposed to be. Let's see how much ease is in here. The shorts, the pants. Well, it don't say how much ease is. Oh wait, let me see if there's on the pattern piece. That's a big old pattern piece, isn't it? I mean, that's like one leg. That should have looked big to me in the first place. Like that's one leg. Like that's one leg. That looked big, don't it? So there is 56. There is a 8 inch. That's the hip part. So yeah, it's about an 8 inch 8 inch of seam or room allowance. Oh my God. Maybe I'll take the. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna fold this out and take some of this ease out. I'm just gonna stick with this pattern instead of trying to look for one, because that's just gonna be wasting time. Put that down on the floor. Like I said, I added the 2 inches. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna take that off too, because I'm not gonna use that. I don't know what made me think that I needed this. I was just trying to hurry up, y'all. That's what I was trying to do. Okay, so I'm going to take out about, actually what I'm gonna do is just gonna pin this out. I'm gonna pin out probably about 2 inches. and then cut it out just like this. So that's about 2 inches. So you know the ridges in your finger is 1 inch. Try it and see. And so when I measure this, like not where my nail is, but the tip of my finger to that one first ridge is 1 inch, and then that second one is 1 inch. So when I measure this to where that pin is, it's exactly 2 inches. That means I got a good eye for measurement most times. I have to double check myself to make sure, but that's about 2 inches. Just roughing it. Did you try it? Let me know if you tried it and you found it to be true. You need a quick measurement just like I just did. You find that it works. I used a 5/8 inch seam allowance when I did this. Mm, all right. And I didn't want the legs to be real big either. So I'll go ahead and get rid of that extra. See, I call myself measuring the length and everything, taking out the waistband allowance and everything. I don't know if it's me. I don't even, it's not even worth my time to analyze the pattern like that, but I just know it ain't right. It ain't right. Yeah, you use that method when hemming and it works right. I'm lazy when it comes to continue to reach for a measuring gauge. I know, right? Yeah, you find ways to get around it. So, so this still looks big, but I can take bigger seam allowances. I don't mind them being a little big. That's all right for me. As long as it's not super big. All right, so now I happen to have this tape measure right by me, Miss Brenda. Because like you, I don't feel like going all over the place. All right, so this measures 48. My pants, the length of my pants from my waist is usually 45 inches. So this measures about 45 inches. The waist, so they have a line here where the turning where the hemming is. So it's about 2 inches that they turn under. All right. 2.5 actually. So why is there a 2.5 inch? I guess the waistband. I didn't look at to see what the waistband what they call for. What width of elastic? I just grabbed elastic while I was in the store. So let's see, elastic. So it calls for 1 inch wide elastic. So I'm assuming. So maybe what they do, because this is an older pattern, they might fold it under one time and then fold it under again. Um, because it looks like they only use one row of casing. With mine, I use 2 rows. Yeah, they only use one row of casing. And as Rochelle mentioned, this is an older pattern. This pattern actually, I don't think it's super old. I don't know. Yeah, it is old. It is almost vintage because it's 1996. So yeah, that's old. Is that vintage yet? Yeah, actually it is because that's 20 years ago. That was 2016. 2016 be 20 years from now. So 28, no, 28. This pattern's 28 years old. Is that right? Am I reading right? Yep, that's right. Pattern's 28 years old. So what they probably did was folded it down. So this one said, oh, never mind. That's not what they did. That is the waistline right there. So they turned this under an inch and a half, and that's the casing. Okay, never mind. That's why reading is fundamental. It pays to read. All right, so I'm gonna move this aside for right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab my fabric, and I'm gonna measure out my fabric. Measure out. I need to cut two lengths. I went ahead and bought another 3 yards, just in case. And I will say this, I will be honest, I did not launder this fabric first. Um, and I gave enough allowance that in case there's any kind of shrinkage or anything, it's gonna be all right. So what I'm gonna do is measure out 48 inches. After I measure out, yeah, probably about 50. Just in case it's a little off and it's a little crooked, measure about 50 inches. So, so I'm measuring this out. If y'all can see. Okay. So I measure out, that's the 50 inches. I just want to make sure when I fold this over, I got enough. All right, yeah, that's enough. So I'm gonna have to open this out the wide way because it's only 45 inches wide. That piece it really needed to be a 60 wide inch fabric, or you would have to buy more. This pattern actually calls for it. They give the measurements, which I don't like. They give the measurements for the pajama top and the bottoms together, not separate. So you kind of have to figure that out yourself. But one of the let's see, side length for the pants. One of the ways that you can know how to measure out the pants or the length of it or how much fabric you need, you have to factor in your hem allowance and then your waistband allowance. So it gives the length, the side length for the pants for each one. So say like I have the extra large and the large and the extra large piece. So it's 45 and a half, 45 inches long. So that's basically where my length is. My legs are like from my waist to my length, all the way to the floor is like 45 inches. So I know I need to add for the hem, which is at least an inch and a half. And then, of course, you've seen the waistband, they give about an inch and a half. So that's 3 inches that you need to add on to that. So, how much fabric do I need? So, the fabric is 45 inches wide, and I know I need to cut a wide piece. So, I need at least two lengths for at least 45 inches wide. I'm gonna say 48 inches wide. So let's do the math. So 48 inches wide times two. I mean 48 inches times two because I need two pieces that length. That's 96 inches. So I'm gonna divide that by 36, and that's gonna give me how much yardage I need. So that's 2 and 2/3 yards. So it's 2.66 or 2.67. So that means I need what I need is 2 and 2/3 yards of fabric. So I went ahead and got three. That's why it wasn't enough for me when I got the 6 yards because I counted for 2 yards for each one of us, was three of us. So that meant that if I needed the 2 and 3, it was almost 3 yards of fabric. So that left me short. So that's why I ended up having to go by and buy some more. Anyway, that's how you figure out if you don't see the pants length, if you ever run into a pattern that's like that, and it just has the measurements complete total with the top, the pajama bottoms, and the pants. The way to figure out what you need is to look at the length of the pants. And if you got pockets or a waistband or something like that added in, you need to add extra in for that. Okay. So I'm just cutting off this excess of fabric. Yeah, I thought about it. I said, if I can't find the fabric, I might just piece me some pajamas together. I might be wearing pajama shorts. I thought about getting some sweatpants or making or getting some black flannel fabric and just patchworking up something just so we can all be dressed alike. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do, but I'm so glad that they had more of this fabric. So now I'm just gonna um cut this open, split this in half so that I can switch one piece the opposite direction. Yeah, and let me just say shout out to Tracy. I think it was Tracy. Shout out to Tracy and I think Shar Stewart. Yeah, they each won a mug that night. We had our Christmas party. Hey, Miss Gwen, how art thou? Thank you for joining. Um, yeah, they each won a mug that night of the Christmas party. And I wish I was on Zoom here or whatnot because I would do a game with you all. But we did 2 games that night, and it was just a simple game, just something to have fun. And it was me posting doing a screen share of you ever have those pictures they side by side? It looks like the same picture, but then there's some items that's different. So the first person that could tell me the items that was missing won a mug. And so we did 2 different games. So they won this mug. It's wasn't one of the first mugs that I created. This is probably like the third So Much Talent mug that I created. But it says So Much Talent on this side. And it says, you are so talented um, on the opposite side. So shout out to Tracy and Char for winning that mug. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Gwen. All right. So let me split this in half. And these pants, they really are quick to make because like I said, I did everything on my serger except for stitching the hem and placing the waistband. All right, so if I don't want this, you see how, um, and I'm pretty sure most of you know, I won't assume that everybody knows this, but I like to, when I'm working and I have moments that I can share something, I assume that that might be somebody who don't know to look for this. But I explained earlier what a nap in a fabric is. When you see on the pattern, like this pattern in a very tiny print right there. It says, know if you can see it, it says with nap or without nap. Think right here. So with nap means that either has a pile of hairy fabric or fibers that go one way and you have to cut the fabric one way, or it has a design or print that's one way and you have to cut all your pattern pieces one way. So without a nap means that you can cut that fabric up or down, cut your pattern pieces up or down. But because this is a print that's one way, it's considered a nap. All right. So if I cut this fabric, if I fold it just like you saw me fold it and cut it out, this is what's going to happen. You got the bears up, right side up this way. But then on this side, guess what? All the bears are upside down. So that means I'm gonna have one pants leg with the bears right side up, and one pants leg with the bears in the wrong direction. So that's why it takes extra fabric and it requires extra fabric. So if you notice on this pattern, it says without nap, um, is a one asterisk mark, but with or without nap, there's a three asterisk mark. So this pattern tells you, if you see right here, you see right there where it says 60 and 45. So 60 and 45, it has several dual or multiple asterisk marks. That means that you need that yardage for matching up patterns and prints. Also, another fabric that will have a that would be considered a nap, or you would need extra fabric, is a fabric that has a pattern to it that repeats itself. So like you might have a scenery in one section, and that scenery on that pattern on that fabric repeats itself. So you would need extras in order to match up that print, like plaids. Plaids have a repeat, and so you want to be able to match up um, those plaid lines. All right, so I'm going to open this up and make sure that it's laying the right side out with the bears going in the right direction. And now I'm going to take this one and make the bears go in the same direction as this fabric. So now when I cut this out, all bears are cut in the same direction. Now this is a little tiny plaid, so I'm not worried about it matching up the plaids. You can um, match up the plaids. Now, technically, I'm gonna show you this. Technically, this fabric does have a repeat to it. I'm gonna show you why. But I'm not worried about the repeat on this because you see all these bears, they all look the same. All right. So see this scenery right here? See this little portion right here, this bear that's up, standing up vertical, and this bear that's horizontal. That whole scene right there, that's one scene. See how it repeats itself? See how it repeats? Now there's a wait. No, there's a whole bigger scene, look like. So I'm seeing something different right in here. But this is what a repeat would look like. You got one right here, then it repeats itself again. And so if you're trying to match up, that's what you want to look for. Um, and you saw me what I did with that piece earlier. Thank you. Is it Roar? Try it. Roar. Titan. Roar. Try it. Thank you so much. If it's your first time, thank you so much for joining my channel. I'm so excited. I'm so thankful and grateful that you all took the time to subscribe to my channel. So I appreciate you all so much. Uh, so yeah, I'm finishing up some pajama bottoms for myself. I got my menfolk taken care of, got their pants done. And if you're hanging around for a little bit, I'll share them again. I made a boo-boo on one of them and I had to fix it, but I was thankful I was able to take care of it. And I'll show you what I did. All right. Now, flannel can be sticky. What I mean by sticky, like you got to make sure it's all pulled out and flattened and smooth out because it likes to cling to itself. So I have to make sure everything is straight. All right. So now what I do with the pattern piece. All right. So I just took some of the excess out. And I got all this extra stuff on my table, so it won't let me get it all on one piece, but I am gonna kind of pin it. No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lay this out. I'm gonna go cut this out, and I'm gonna be right back. So I'm gonna lay this out so I get it cut out fast. All right. So y'all hang in there with me. I'll be right back. Let me grab something to anchor it down. I promise you, it's all gonna take a quick second. Be right back. That way I can start sewing. Okay. All right. Oh, I got it cut out, but I forgot to cut the notches out. Let me go do that. That was my husband just walking in the door. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's go ahead and clip right here. So the front has two notches, and the back has three notches. Okay. So now that's it. Those two pieces, that was it, and it's cut. All right, so I'm gonna swing y'all back around over here and move all of this to the side. So I'll do a quick recap. I'm doing this for me and my husband and my youngest son. And so they're going to be in black shirts, black sweatshirts, and I'm going to be in the red. Okay. I've already done the two pair of pants. I just needed to do mine. I ran out of fabric, and the plan is to add letters, add our names to the back. All right. So I already have my one to under to adhere the names, and I brought me a pair of socks. Where- which I thought it was something else. All right, so hang on. I need to grab me another spool. I need to add another spool of thread to my. Need to put another spool on my serger. I took one thread out. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing. So just using my 4 thread. I actually got it the back on. So somebody asked me today, did I ever figure out this serger? I bought this serger earlier in the year because my serger, I had a Juki and it went out on me. And it's stitches, I just couldn't get them right. And so I went and picked this up at Janky Joe's real quick. It's a Brother Lock 1634DX. And I hadn't sewn on anything but the Juki. And it's a very basic machine, but I had problems with trying to figure it out. So somebody helped me with it. And so I slowly learned, start figuring it out and got it together. And it's been working. So I like this machine because the parts, like you keep all of this stuff, like the screw and stuff like that inside here. There's little latches or little places where you can hold all of that in, so it's not lost. The needles, like extra a pack of needles, you keep it inside, so you'll have those. Again, reading is fundamental, and most of us we like to just get to stuff. Well, I ain't gonna say most of us, folks like me. Although I like to read some things I like to just get to it and do it. So I didn't want to read this. I needed to get to it and just do it. And I didn't read it. Now this is the second thread, second upper looper. And so I grabbed the ivory color thread, which is not gonna matter. The first one you'll see on the outside, you have to see it. So I have the white besides the first one, and I have black on the lower looper threads. The only thing that I still had to get used to when it came to this machine is that the fact that the lever to push the foot up down, the presser foot lever is on the right side and not on the left. It was easier, more convenient for it to be on the left hand side because while I'm sewing, I could adjust it. But with it being on the left, it was just awkward. It feels awkward. Just go slowly to make sure all the things I have here because making sure I catch all. All right, so now I'm gonna do exactly what the pattern has for me to do before. Hopefully, I won't have to take anything in on the sides because I already eliminated that extra fabric. I took out about 2 inch. Actually, yeah, I took out 2 inches, so essentially that'd be like 4 inches because I had two pieces to cut out. So hopefully uh, that will work. All right. So separating pants, and I'm gonna do my inseams first. And I'm doing a 5/8 inch seam. I have my default stitches, my tension stitches to 4, which I learned that that's the way it's supposed to be. I did have to adjust the lower looper, the the right lower looper. I had to adjust that a little bit. So periodically check my thread to make sure that the stitches are right. By doing it on my serger, I eliminate stitching it and then cutting it and sewing it. By doing it on my serger with this, it's a straight stitch, so I can do it all in save time. Because it's a one pattern, it's a solid series, it's a really quick pattern. Go ahead and serge my hem. Make sure your pattern gets out of the way, don't do like I did. Go ahead and do the top as well. You're able to so that's one leg done already. The only thing I have to do next is the inseam from front to back. started a little bit. Go ahead and make sure to line all of this up. Now, if you need to pin it, go ahead and pin it. I'm just in the habit of not using pins that often. Just try to straighten it up as I go. But it's okay. Use pins or clips, however you need to. I should have been doing these pajama pants when Rochelle and I was doing beat the clock. Just these. And serge off the top part. That's the waistband part that I'm doing. Today feels like a Friday, and I think it's because um, I have the day off tomorrow, but it feels like a Friday. All right, so I'm turning one pants leg inside, right side out, and I'm leaving the other one inside out. I mean, wrong side out, so that I can stick one end to the other, so the right sides could be together. Okay, and I'm matching up there's only one seam on each leg, so you can't get this wrong. That's the end seam. So make sure the end seams are together. Now I do like to stick a pin, or I like to stick a clamp at the end seam to hold that together. Okay. So making sure that the notches are the same. They should be. So that's two notches there, two notches there. Should be three on the next. So that's a three notch there, and that's a three notch there. Okay. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into this. Go ahead, finish this up. Making sure the top edge is together. This is where I have to make sure my fabric is not in the way, because that's where the mistake happened. I was so excited. I had to make sure the fabric. Out of the way. Double check, triple check. If not, you'll be putting pockets in places that you don't want. Now, what I am going to do, because I think that was the three notch, was that was two notches. So I forgot to mark what's my front and back because once the notches are gone, you're not going to remember. So I'm just going to write right here, front. And this is in a disappearing pen. So that's the front. I'm also put it right here. This is the front. So I marked that. Because once it's gone, it's gone. So make sure you mark what's the front, what's the back. Now what you can do, so I'm pretty much done with the surgeon. Okay. So now that I've marked the front, you can see right here where I just wrote front right there. So now that I open this out, I'll take that one leg out. Okay. So now you got your pants. Okay. So now that I've done that, I'm going to put a pin. I like to put a safety pin on my back, on the back piece. So I'll know that that's the back. So when it comes to getting ready to press that, press that down for the casing, I'll know that that's the back piece. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and stitch. I hope y'all are still here with me. Let me see if I can bring this out. Move this out of the way. So let me show you this real quick because I was going to show for some of you that just came in. Um, one of the mistake that I made on one of these, it wasn't this one. That's the first pair I made. This is the second pair. On this pair, I made the waistband a little bit wider. The other one's more narrow than this, but it still has two casings in it. But the mistake that I made was I caught my fabric in the serger and it cut a hole in the back side of the pants. But I'm thankful that it cut it in the back side where it was because I was able to add a pocket. Let me show you first. Let me show you this is where it was. Okay. Right here. So I put this here so that it would hold seal that cut edge together. And I was gonna probably still thinking about doing a zigzag stitch over it just to keep it just to make it stay so it don't come undone. But I did add a pocket to it, and you can see that I've pattern matched the pocket on there so it's not so obvious. Like the pocket's in a great place. Like it couldn't the hole that got cut couldn't have been a more perfect place for a hole. But I was able to put that pocket there. And you see how I pattern matched it so it'll all blend in. You can't really tell that a pocket's there. So even if you make mistakes, find ways to get around it, especially if it's just for you and it's a doable thing, find a way to make that mistake work. And in that case, I was able to add a pocket. So I'm just going to fold this over maybe about an inch. Actually, I probably better try these on first to see how long they are. That's what I'll do. But I am going to actually turn this casing over. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to slip these on real quick. I'm not going to take my pants off, but you can see how big they are. And I need to see how much of a hem at the top that I need to fold under. Hang on. All right, so that was so look, you can see how long the pants are in the seat. The pant they come all the way down here. But you can see it was good that I took out that extra fabric. That 2 inches worked perfect. But now there's this extra, like, who's that long? Yeah, who's that long, right? So I'm gonna probably fold this under. That's good right there. I can live with that. That's about almost 3 inches. That's about 3 inches. Let's see. Oop, not quite 3 inches. It's almost. That was about two. It was about 2.5. I think I'm gonna do 3 inches. So if I do the 3 inches, then I can do the double casing. Actually, I really don't need but about 2.5 inches to do the double casing. But I'm gonna do this wide of elastic, and I'm gonna do 2 rows of it. So, but I want to make sure my channels are wide enough for the elastic to go through. So if I do 2.5, I'll still be able to do enough. That'll just be kind of roomy in here. It's okay. Just a lot of room. So once the elastic is turned, yeah. All right, you guys are still there? Or are the comments acting crazy? All right, so all right. Oh, you know what? I forgot to check the leg. I got to check the length, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn up an inch, um, maybe 1.25 inches. I'll do 1.25 inches. I get it to lay right. Yeah, usually I just eye this, and I don't just sit here and take and measure it. I ain't gonna lie. I just sit here and eyeball it, especially when I'm trying to do things in a hurry. But sometimes that's not always the best thing to do. Best thing to do is measure it out right. So you have to accommodate for a full seat. You should, but because these have a little bit of room in it, and because I am not adjusting the crotch length, I'm not gonna have to worry about that in these pants. But yeah, if you make your pajama pants a little bit more fitted, definitely still adjust for the full seat. That would be something that I would have to do. But given the fact that these it has a low crotch, a long crotch to it, I'm not gonna take that much out of it. It's They're gonna work fine. But generally, yes, even in your pajama pants, that butt still needs some room, needs some wiggle room. Ain't nothing worse than Um, you all crunched up in your pajama pants and you don't have nowhere to go. You trying to sit down and you got to keep sitting up to adjust your pants and pull your pants out your butt. Yeah, if you have to pull your pants out your butt, that means you don't have enough room back there. You didn't give yourself enough wiggle room, right? I pinned these backwards. I pinned the pins on that. I pinned the pins on the wrong side. It should have been always pin your pin heads, your pins where you can pull them out when you sewing. I don't know what made me pin that way. I pinned it like I'm getting ready to sew the hem in place by hand. But yeah, always make sure your pins are towards the outside so as you're sewing, you can pull them out. Now, if it's shaking, that's because my I never made pajamas, so I remember that. Yes, definitely remember that. It'd be just the same like you making regular pants. If you going out, you don't want your pants fit like that either. It's the same, especially if you laying down. You don't want to be, you keep turning and trying to pull your pants out your butt. And you like, that's uncomfortable. I want my pants to be comfortable. My pajamas. Crotch seems be going in Never Never Land and come. Oh my goodness. Can't even sleep comfortably. All right. So I am going to try to hurry up and do this. I want to get in and hang out with my husband. Sound like you watching a movie. All right. So one leg down, one to go. Now I have long legs. So that's why I'm not so much worried about the length of it. I mean, I am, but I cut 2 inches off. Remember when I cut the pattern piece off? So I made the adjustments. I took the 2 inches out of the pattern piece, which essentially was like 4 inch, 4 inches. Yeah, actually, it was 8 inches. If I took 2 inches of a seam out, that's four on each side. If it's four on each side, it's two legs. So that means that was 8 inches that was taken out. And I cut the extra large pattern piece. So this worked perfect. Uh, so now I'm just trying to make sure, get this leg right. Is everybody ready for Christmas? Got all your Christmas stuff? Still, as Rochelle was saying earlier, I still got gifts to wrap, but most of them going in bags, like gift bags. Thank God for gift bags. That was like the greatest thing ever. Thank God for money cards. Best thing ever. All right. Okay, started my seam here. I'm gonna actually press. I think I'm gonna press a waistband in place. When you have everything together, this literally could take you probably about an hour and a half or so. I don't know if it was marketed as an hour and a half or so, but really is a quick pattern. I mean, on a quiet day when you don't have no errands or nothing to do or nobody entertained, you could probably get a whole family's worth of pajama pants on. They make great gifts. Like, so if you got a quick gift, you need a quick gift, you got you some fabric. This is good to be made out of cotton. This is flannel, fleece. You know, especially if you got family that live in the colder states. Um, this is good for that. But to have one piece and all, you just need fabric, one piece of one pattern piece, and elastic, and of course your thread. I didn't do the fly fronts or anything or the opening on these for my husband and my son. They don't care. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and measure this down to three. I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do 2.5 inches. I do two. No, I don't think that's gonna be wide enough. I'll go ahead and do the three. I think I did three for my husband's pants. Once I do mark this 3 inches, then I'm going to, um, once I mark this 3 inches, then I'm gonna mark another, like a midway point, because then I've got to separate the channels. And make sure I get my 3 inches in there. Usually what I do is I'll go ahead and put a pin in the front, the back, then the two sides, and then I'll move from there. I'll go to the iron board and press it all in place, and it'll be done. Because once you get those down, you can kind of make the rest of uh, the sides conform to what it should be. Won't be too much and too long. I need to make sure this was right. All right, so how many of y'all gonna try these pants? Find you some pajama pants pattern. Try these pajamas. This will be good. Especially get the width of them right. This would be good out of some silky fabric, poly silky fabric. Love the silky pajamas that we like with the nice little robe. Okay. All right. So this was my pin for the back. And you see my safety pin. So I'm gonna leave this pin across the bottom because I want to leave that. I want to leave it open there so I can put the elastic in there. So I'm gonna move this pin down in the seam so I don't sew over it. Okay. So I put that pin right there to mark my opening. So I'm gonna stitch this in place first to close that up, and then I'm gonna go back and mark um, the midway point between the two. I'm stitching like a close to the edge, doing like a eighth of an quarter of an inch seam allowance. Sorry, I might not be able to see my stitching. Some fabric gets in the way. That's my pedal on my sewing machine. It needs to be oiled, I believe. All right, so I'm back around where I started. I'm gonna leave an opening, probably about a maybe about a 2 inch, 2.5 inch opening, because I want to make sure that I can feed that elastic through the. It's probably about a 2 inch opening. Go ahead and clip my threads here. Yeah, because I don't. For somebody who likes to sew, I don't like thread. I don't like strings. I know that's crazy, right? All right. So now, um, I'm inspire you to make a few pair. Well, I hope you would, and definitely make sure you share them with me. Okay, so the halfway mark. So that's 7. The halfway mark is about 7 meters, centimeters. So about 3.5 centimeters. Where's my chalk? Uh, okay, let's see. Let's see if that's correct. Okay, so I'm gonna do 3.5 meters, centimeters all the way around. And why 3.5 centimeters? It was just easier to read. Um, Pattern. You know, let me do this way. The pattern was when I measured it in inches, it measured 7 inch. I'm sorry, it measured 7 centimeters, as opposed to see right here. It measured 7 centimeters. Now, how do I divide that number right there in inches? That's hard, right? But right across the street over there, 7 centimeters. So I can divide that into two, 3.5. 3.5 plus 3.5 is 7. So it's easier for me to do it 7, uh, divide the centimeters in half so I can get the right number. I hope that makes sense when your measurements are off like that. So I'm just marking 3. Okay, so where's that? Where's that doing that? I do that all the way around. When did that start happening? All right, so somewhere my stitches were bunching, so let me go back around because I don't need that. I'm not sure what happened with that. Unless I'm gonna do this on the top so I could catch all my stitches. Go back. I don't know what made that happen. I'm gonna try to be careful because I don't like my stitches looking double. I like my stuff to come out right, you know? I don't like to have to take anything apart. As much as I can help it, I like for my stitches to be smooth and straight the first go around. If they look too crazy, I will go ahead and do them. Wonder if my thread is running out. Oh, it's still hanging in there. All right, so this is what I'm getting ready to do next. Okay, so I can mark that all the way down. So I'm getting ready to find out on my machine what's 3.5 centimeters so I can maybe get out of. So I can get out of. Oh, so guess what? Lo and behold, this little round, see that round circle right there? Right at the very edge is 3.5 centimeters. So I don't know if you can see that right there, that little round circle right there at the beginning. Not this, not the throat plate, but the little round one. Right at that very beginning is 3.5 centimeters. Now I'm gonna measure it again just to be sure. Uh, Yep. So guess what? Now I have me another gauge. Instead of going around taking the time to mark it, now I know that is 3.5 centimeters. Now I'm going to use that little circle as my guide. I just got to make sure that my fabric stays lined up right along there. Make sure my thread. Okay. Sounding. Oh, you know what? I know what the problem is. Somehow my thread. Okay. Yeah. Somehow my tension thread jumped into another loop when it's supposed to be in it. Okay, I'm almost back around to where I started. Yeah, I'm gonna stop and leave an opening there because I gotta get through two channels. I gotta get through the top and the bottom. So almost done. So I can get in there, maybe watch a movie with my husband. I don't know. I think he might have to work tomorrow. All right, so see, I made my 2 rows of stitches. So now I have 2 elastic channels. So I am going to measure my waist and I'm gonna cut the exact measurement because I'm gonna overlap it a couple of inches. I know this is gonna stretch a little bit, but you want your pants, your elastic to fit you. You don't want it to be too tight, you don't want it to be too loose. So if you cut it the exact measurement of your waist and overlap by 1, maybe 2 inches, it'll fit you just perfect. Okay. So, all right, and what I got was I got these elastic guides right here, these elastic, um, I guess you call them threaders, elastic threaders. So, oh, pull that right back through. Okay. So now that I have that in just like that, I'm gonna go ahead and thread this in. I left that opening on both the top and the bottom, so I can just go ahead and feed that through just like this. Now, when I get a little bit closer around to the other side, I'm gonna secure that end so that I don't accidentally pull that elastic through. Mhm. Y'all be sure to catch some of my other videos, my previous videos. Um, I haven't gotten to the place yet where I mark off like certain points in the video so you don't have to watch the whole thing. But I know I don't have to tell y'all to skip through some of the videos. But it's some good nuggets in there. I tell you, I like to do in the moment teaching stuff like now. Share little tidbits along the way. Now, nothing's on my channel is monetized right now. I'm not getting paid for nothing. I like to share stuff because I like to share it. So one day maybe, but not right now. Okay. So make sure it's not twisted up in there. Make sure everything's still going in the same direction. Cause ain't nothing worse than having elastic twisted. Okay. Go ahead and pull that out. And so what I meant by overlapping it, that's about an inch right there. I'll overlap that the same amount. Actually, maybe about 2 inches. Because sometimes by the time you pull it, it stretches out a little bit. So I'm just going to sew across both ends vertically. Back up and do the other side, other end. Okay. And clip those threads. Now, what I like to do is make sure that overlap piece is right on the seam. So go ahead and pull that elastic through. Trying to flatten it out. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of stitch in the ditch on that seam to hold that elastic in place up at the top. Now you could always stitch across that top seam on the outside, which will help identify what's the back and what's the front. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and seal stitch that close, making sure the elastic is out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and stitch that opening for the top channel. Go ahead and stitch that close. Okay. So now all I have to do is worry about the bottom. And get away. Y'all, I said I did this on one video, but I swear the black thread is staticky. Like it's very clingy. All right, so that's one. The top elastic is in now. Where's the bottom? Okay. All right, let's do this one last time. Thread that in there. You can get these anywhere. I got this, I want to say, at Joann's. Sometimes y'all hear me refer to as Janky Joe's. Sometimes we have a love-hate relationship. As a bridal wear dressmaker, designer, I can't always find what I'm looking for, like specialty fabrics and things like that. They don't carry a whole lot of like basic stuff, so they're not always there for me when I need. But I'm like 5 minutes away. A lot of times I can find some stuff. All right, let's see. The good thing about using that type of tool is that it's smooth. If the channel is big enough, it can get through the channel easy. I have two different sizes in my possession. I have one which is a smaller one, so that would be for like a 1/2 inch elastic. And this one is for 1 inch elastic. All right, let me go ahead and pin this elastic, because what I don't want it to do is get twisted. So go ahead and get that taken care of now. Mm, almost done. See how I pull that through. It's a workout now. Now you can just as easily do this with a safety pin, a large safety pin. Feeding it through. Now I got a little tight right there. So I think when I stitched it closed, it got a little tight. But we're gonna make it through. There we go. Okay. Let's overlap that. Go ahead and stitch this down. Make sure it's pulled up all the way so the thread will release. Okay. Okay. Make sure that thread is not twisted. Okay. All right. I want to make sure that my thread overlap is in the center. All right, so I'm going to secure that in place. I'll eventually go ahead and zigzag down that center, or just straight stitch down the seam so that I can identify. Now, if you have labels or whatnot, like I do have labels, or no, sorry, I don't have labels, right out of my label. So, but I do make labels. I can make labels with my Cricut machine. So until then, I'll leave myself a little identifying mark of what's the back and what's the front. It's probably going to look a little wonky on the other side because it was slipping off of the elastic. Huh? Okay. Felt like it was shifting. I think I caught a little piece, but it's not enough to go through no changes about. See what I mean about this black thread is clingy over everything. All right, so now I'm just distributing the elastic evenly. Okay, so now I use a loop turner to thread my elastic, put the loop turner all the way through the channels, attach the elastic and pull through very fast, and then I secure the ends. Unconventional, but it works. Yes, definitely. Find ways to make it work. There's no set ways. And I always say everything. uh You got to find what works and what you have on hand too. All right, so this is the back. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and piece on. I still got my safety pin back there. All right, get off me, black man. Okay. So now, if you want to, you can also tack your elastic down on the sides or in the front so it doesn't twist any other place. You know, sometimes your elastic, like the rope, you can stitch more. You can stitch right on top of the elastic if you want to. They're long, so I'm trying. I'm stepping on. Plus, I got these pants. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So there you go. And I don't have to worry about the crunches in the back. I don't have to worry about the crunches in the back. All right. But there we go. Now I've got my nice little cute pajama pants. I'm glad I took the 2 inches out. It's not too, they're not too, they're not tight, but got good room in, got room in the seat and everything. So yeah, they came out perfect, and the length is perfect. Thank you so much, Miss Brenda. All right, now my pants are done as well. So now I do tomorrow. I'll go in and do the tops. Um, I got to print out the letters and do the tops. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. My elastic, my pants. So what's different? I know the difference between each one of them. My son's pants have a more narrow elastic. My husband's pants have elastic. His is wide like mine, but um, the channels are wide like mine. But he has a pocket on his. Mine don't. So let's see. See, this one is, oh, that's my husband's. See, his has the wide elastic like mine with the pocket on the back. That's his. And then this is my son. Yeah, his channel don't look as deep as ours do. So got three done, and that's it. All three pants are done, and so now, guess what? I'll sit on. Guess what? I'm gonna call it quits for tonight, and I am going to go hang out with my hubby. But I thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. And again, for those of you that just joined my channel, just found my channel, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for subscribing. I am so appreciative. 1,000 is a milestone. It took me a good little while to get here. Um, but who knows where we're going from here. But I do like to pop in from time to time and share different things. A lot of times I pop in randomly, but sometimes I'll give you the heads up and come in and I'll have something specific that I'm working on. Sometimes I'll bring you in while I'm working on clients' work or just working on a challenge or something like that. So stay tuned. Long as you're subscribed, hit that bell button, you'll get notifications when I go live. All right. Well, y'all have a great night and have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if I don't see you before then. I love y'all in life. Blessings and peace. And I'll talk to you soon.